Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to George Carlin, the death penalty. Now, this is going to be a good one. George Carlin, you know, what can I say about the guy? The guy, he was like almost half comedian, half philosopher. Like, he had such really great insights into things that, you know, even that are applicable today. Like he could just see like so far ahead, and he just delivered it in a really funny way. Like, so he got his message across, but you still had lots of laughs, you know, while watching him and listening to him. So it's going to be funny, quite interesting to hear his take on the death penalty, because for me, this is quite an interesting topic as well, because it's like, on the one hand, if somebody does something that heinous, then I guess, you know, especially if it's murder, then maybe they should get the penalty. But on the other hand, maybe them being in prison for life is more of a punishment. But then on the other hand, it costs probably a lot more to house somebody in prison. I don't know, it's an interesting one. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what George has to say about this.
The same way we made up the death penalty. We made them both up, sanctity of life and the death penalty. Aren't we versatile? And you know, in this country now, there are a lot of people who want to expand the death penalty to include drug dealers. This is really stupid. Drug dealers aren't afraid to die. They're already killing each other every day on the streets by the hundreds. Drive-bys, gang shootings, they're not afraid to die. Death penalty doesn't mean anything unless you use it on people who are afraid to die. Like the bankers who launder the drug money. The bankers who launder the drug money. Forget the dealers. You want to slow down that drug traffic, you got to start executing a few of these fucking bankers. White, middle-class, Republican bankers. And I'm not talking about soft American executions like lethal injection. I'm talking about fucking crucifixion, folks. Let's bring back crucifixion, a form of capital punishment that Christians and Jews of America can really appreciate. And I'd go a little further. I'd crucify people upside down. Like St. Peter, feet up, head down, and naked. I'd have naked upside down crucifixions on TV once a week at halftime of the Monday night football game. Halftime, Monday night.
Jeez, it's crazy how he says something so like, you know, graphic, and the crowd's like, whoa, yeah.
The Monday night crucifixions. You'd have people tuning in don't even care about football.
That's true.
Wouldn't you like to hear Dan Deerdorf explain why the nails have to go in at a certain angle? And I'll guarantee you one thing, you start nailing one white banker per week to a big wooden cross on national TV, you're going to see that drug traffic begin to slow down pretty fucking quick. Pretty fucking quick. You won't even be able to buy drugs in schools and prisons anymore.
Schools.
Now, I don't care about capital punishment one way or another, because I know it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything except maybe satisfy a kind of biblical need for revenge. You know, if you read the Bible, you see that it's full of retribution and revenge. So really, capital punishment is kind of a religious ritual. It's a purification rite. It's a modern sacrament. And as long as that's true, I say, let's liven it up a little. I honestly believe if you make the death penalty a little more entertaining and learn to market it correctly, you just might be able to raise enough money to balance the stupid fucking budget. Balance the stupid fucking budget.
This sounds like the Hunger Games. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Most of you probably have. You know, it's set like in the near future. Society is split into 12 districts, and every year there's a quarter quell or something like that, where 2 people from each district are rounded up, and they have to like do this battle royale where there's only one survivor. It's kind of dark, but it sounds quite similar to what George is talking about here.
And don't forget, the polls show the American people want capital punishment and they want a balanced budget. And I think even in a fake democracy, people ought to get what they want once in a while, just to feed this illusion that they're really in charge. Let's use capital punishment the same way we use sports and television in this country to distract people and take their minds off how bad they're being fucked by the upper 1%. Now, unfortunately, Unfortunately, Monday Night Football doesn't last long enough. What we really need is year-round capital punishment on TV every night with sponsors. Gotta have sponsors. I'm sure as long as we're killing people, Marlboro Cigarettes and Dow Chemical will be proud to participate. Proud to participate. Balance the stupid fucking budget. And let me say this to you, my interesting Judeo-Christian friends, not only do I recommend crucifixions, I'd be in favor of bringing back beheadings.
Jeez.
Beheadings on TV, slow motion, instant replay. And maybe you could let the heads roll down a little hill and fall into one of 5 numbered holes.
You could bet money on which hole. 10 quid on 3.
Let the people at home gamble on which hole the head is going to fall into. And you do it in a stadium so the mob can gamble on it too. Raise a little more money. And if you want to expand the violence a little longer to sell a few more commercials, instead of using an axe, you do the beheadings with a handsaw. Hey, don't bail out on me now, goddammit. The blood is already on our hands. All we're talking about is a matter of degree. You want something a little more delicate? We'll do the beheadings with an olive fork. That would be nice, and it would take a good goddamn long time. There's a lot of good things we could be doing. When's the last time we burned someone at the stake? It's been too long.
Imagine you could go back in time to when they used to do that, you know. Didn't they used to, like witches, people that they would accuse of witchcraft, like they would throw them in like the ocean or something, and if they survived, they were a witch, and if they died, they were innocent? Crazy. Crazy.
Here's another form of capital punishment. Comes out of a nice, rich religious tradition. Burning people at the stake. Sponsor, Bridgeford Charcoal. And you put it on TV on Sunday mornings. The Sunday morning evangelicals send us an offering, praise Jesus, human bonfire. You don't think that would get big ratings? In this sick fucking country? Shit, you'd have people skipping church to watch this stuff. And you take the money they send in the offerings and you use it to balance the budget. What about boiling people in oil? Boy, those were the days, weren't they? You get the oil going real good, you know, a nice high rolling boil, and then slowly at the end of...
Sounds like he's describing like a cookery method. Get the boil nice and hot, rolling boil.
Rope, you lower the perpetrator head first into the boiling oil. Huh? You talk about fun shit. And just to encourage citizen participation, you let the mob in the stadium control the speed of the rope. Good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. The kids will love it. The kids will love it. And at the same time they're enjoying themselves, we're teaching them a nice Christian moral lesson. Boiling people in oil. Sponsor, Crisco. And maybe instead of boiling all these guys, every now and then you could French fry a couple of them, you know?
He's definitely a little bit unhinged. A little bit unhinged for sure.
French fried felons, dip a guy in egg batter just for a goof, you know? Kind of a tempura thing, huh? Jeffrey Dahmer never thought of this shit, did he? Jeffrey Dahmer, eat your heart out. Which is an interesting thought in and of itself. Huh? All right, enough nostalgia. What about some modern forms of capital punishment? How about we throw a guy off the World Trade Center and whoever he lands on wins the Publishers Clearinghouse? Okay, something a little more sophisticated.
This must have been filmed, what, before 2001? Like, what was this, like the 90s maybe? Yeah.
You dip a guy in brown gravy and lock him in a small room with a Wolverine who's high on angel dust. There's one guy's not going to be fucking with too many kids at the bus stop for a while, huh? Here's something really nice you could do. You shoot a guy out of a high-speed catapult right into a brick wall. Trouble is, it would be over too quick. No good for TV, you know? You'd have to do a whole bunch of guys right in a row. Rapid fire capital punishment. 15 catapults. While you're shooting off one, you're loading up the others. Of course, every now and then you would have to stop to clean off the wall. Cleanliness, right next to godliness. All right, high tech. I sense some of yous are waiting for high tech. I got it. You take a small tactical nuclear weapon and stick it up a guy's ass. A thermonuclear suppository. Preparation H-bomb. You talk about fallout, huh? Or you take the bomb and you stick it just inside that little hole on the end of a guy's dick. You know? Yeah, a bomb in a dick. When it goes off, the guy wouldn't know whether he was coming or going. Get out of here. I got you.
George Carlin, how on earth did he, I'm trying to imagine how he came up with this. What state of mind he must have been in. It's just so absurd, but I guess, technically, I do think if such a thing was introduced on Monday Night Football, the ratings would go through the roof, wouldn't they? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.